y'all. Hey, Cancer. It's your girl, JV. Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2021. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Everything is rolling out as it rolls out for daily tarot readings. Check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Whew, Cancer. This season is yours, and it's all about feeling and intuition. So I'm only doing really important astrological notes, because we are leaning into our intuition, trusting our gut, leaning into listening what our body is saying to us. And this full moon in Capricorn on the 24th is bringing all the smoke, all of it. It's going to shake everyone, really, but it's happening in your shadow and across from you. And so there is something about shaking away what isn't solid and sound so that you can step into the sunshine, so that you can step into the light. So, and step into the spotlight, actually, specifically. In some way, there's some way that you're supposed to be shining and you're needing to be seen. So there's no holding back anymore. You get the sun. I have this written down. You get the sun, so let yourself be seen, and you get Venus, and you have Venus. So let yourself be loved and doted on. This new moon that's coming up, it's funny, as I said doted on, I just saw the Empress. So definitely treating yourself, pampering yourself. It's your birthday, bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really let yourself take it there. Luxuriate yourself. There's something oh so divine about Cancer women. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Whatever the placements, it's goddess, like it's Empress energy, it's High Priestess energy, really is what it is. So speaking of the High Priestess, on July 9th there is the new moon in Cancer, and you start to bloom, baby. I wrote you start to bloom, and the Empress showed up. So yes, okay, the High Priestess is number 2 in the major arcana, and then the Priestess is number 3. And then the Empress is number 3. So that shows how it's indicative of embodying the divine feminine in the spirit, in the spiritual, really tapping into your intuition, into your inner knowing, into the deep mysteries. And the High Priestess is the keeper of the veil between the spiritual and the physical. So you've got to go through spirit before it incarnates into Empress number 3 in the physical realm. So there is something about, I feel like having some sort of spirit. Oh, I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. It's just like tap into that High Priestess energy. Say less, observe, just like watch how it comes to you. Watch how it happens. You don't have to, it's feeling it. You don't have to think about it anymore. We're out of Gemini season. And I do feel like some of you may be holding on to like the cerebral, the heightened cerebral or logical faculties that you got in Gemini season. There's some tactics I feel like that you learned, or some language that you picked up that is really important. I don't even need the cards. The cards are for y'all. I can do a whole fucking reading by just channeling. Anyway, and that's something too. The Empress again, I just can't. The Empress and the 8 of Cups. So there's definitely something about getting out of your comfort zone. And that was about what I was about to say. The comfort zone for me is being in the spirit. I got that. embodying it in the physical is really hard to take. It's hard to, and stepping in the spotlight, it's hard to be seen. And I have a Cancer moon, so I can empathize with you guys, but there is something about letting yourself be seen, not just being the one who's taking care of everybody in the wing, not being just the supportive one. Whenever the light shines on you, Cancer, it can be uncomfortable. And it's time to really kind of acknowledge that and stop holding yourself back. Okay, I'm just taking the Empress out because this is like the 6th time. First card out, we're just going to say, is the Empress. And that is a part of the Empress is okay being seen. This is the height of abundance. That's what this summer solstice is about. Cardinal water, that is you. You are the peak of summer. This is the most lush, abundant season astrologically. And so you are really needing to embody that. Be that person. Be okay with the fact that, yeah, you got it. Like, you've done well. You're doing well for yourself, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And there is something about owning it. That's how I feel like. Own it. That's what I want to name this damn video. Cancer, own it. Own it. Go look up. Go listen to Drake's Own It right fucking now. Pause the video if you have to. And go look up Own It by Drake. I can't. Okay. Hopefully you paused it and you did it and you're coming back now and you understand. Own it, bitch. Fucking own it. You've got the Sun and Venus right now. Fucking own it. Bring these motherfuckers to their knees, Empress. Bring them to their fucking knees. Yes. Okay. Now, like I was trying to say, that new moon in Cancer in your sign on the 9th of July, you start to bloom, stepping out of the shadow into the public. And then there is Mercury that is thankfully now direct. And on the 11th, you get Mercury. And it all gets deeper. You get to articulate the depth of your emotions. Everything gets really instinctual now. Your word choice, everything, your feeling, what you say yes to, what you say no to, what you commit to, is all getting really instinctual now. And so our words and our thoughts get colored by emotion. That's what this is. And just colored by so much emotion. And we really get to a point where Mercury entering Cancer helps you to start seeking out, not only seeking out, but comfortably expressing your need for quality over quantity. Some of you may there may be just quantity and excess of things going on, but Mercury coming in there on the 11th is really going to help you weed out what isn't fucking quality and has you like bold enough, confident enough to really accept quality, even if that means having less in some way. And that's going to resonate for you all differently. So, whoo, Cancer, hydrate. I know it was going to come out like that. Damn, I almost got turned on. That was so like, you better own it, but you better own it. Regardless of your fucking, however you identify it. It's not about fucking genitalia. It's about your fucking, I got big dick energy. And I don't have a dick. But my proverbial dick is bigger than it's bigger than 90% of the men that I know. Honestly. Own it. Ten of Swords. And I'm happy to see it, because this is just like a whole new perspective in the realm of the mind. You really letting this version of yourself die. The version that was betrayed, that was hurt, that didn't believe in yourself. The version of you that was holding on to backstabbing or holding on to pain or holding on to self-limiting beliefs. It's just like, even look, it almost feels like this is just feels like kind of like currently, like what is happening like now. I don't normally do readings until like monthlies until we're at 3 degrees of the sign, and we're at 2 degrees, and I just really felt like doing it. And I was that's Mars and Leo. I'm an Aries. Mars is my ruling planet, so I was just like, let's get it in. And so this feels really current right now. This doesn't feel like what's happening for Cancer season, though. For some of you, okay, though for some of you, hold on. So what's currently happening for some of you is that you're really stepping into Empress mode, getting out of a place of pain, shedding old mindsets and hurts and old versions of yourself that tolerated anything less than Empress treatment. Don't go back. Don't go back to anything that doesn't understand what it's like. I'm a fucking goddess, act accordingly. I have it written down in my I'm a fucking, say it out loud with me. Even if you're a guy, I'm a god, act accordingly. Don't come around here thinking that you have access to that old version of me that was like, oh, okay, or said yes when it was really a no, or did something just to maintain homeostasis. No, you not dealing with that old version. I'm fucking hot. You're not dealing with that old version of me anymore. And that's how it's just like some of you really, really are stepping up. But I also feel like in Cancer season, there is something coming up with wounds around your womb. Wounds around motherhood. Wounds with your mother. Some of you may have lost a mother already, or lost a maternal figure, or lost a boss, a mother-in-law. Someone that really played some matriarchal role in your life. This could be a grandmother also. Some of you are just thinking about like the feminine bloodline or your mother's bloodline. There may be death or loss in that, but it feels like a relief, an end of pain, an end of, there may be also someone with heavy Taurus or Libra placements that you're having a very like big ending or like transformation with. There also may be somebody with heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements that it's like done with. Something like it's an end of a cycle. Like I don't know. It's either we're not talking anymore, or we just like, we've completed that contract. There may be a contract that's completed, and we'll dive into that into the plunge, but there's some big endings that are coming up. So take a deep breath, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we're asking for the most useful, helpful, divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2021. The Hierophant, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands, and then the 10 of Wands flew out. The Hierophant reversed, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and the 9 of Wands reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you, there are big shifts. You're at a turning point in your life. You have put in a very specific amount of work, and now the divine is taking over. There are things that are out of your hands that are coming. There's definitely some big shift with someone with Sagittarius or Pisces placements, or someone with heavy Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements. There's like a new beginning, an apology coming, or a new take on old love, or a new kind of crush, new boo situation coming with those placements. But center of the reading being the Hierophant reversed. When I say you're not dealing with the old fucking me anymore, you're not. My values have changed. There's some kind of unconventional relationship or alternative lifestyle or alternative way of doing something that you've been putting off or been scared to invest in. Some of you are scared to there's something about getting married again, or there's something about going to school again, it's being scared to mentor again or to be mentored, being scared to teach. Some of you, I feel like you're getting out of a teaching position or a teaching role. Some of you are scared to invest in a teaching position or a teaching role. But this feels like I feel like don't go to elementary school or middle school. You need to be, those of you who are trying to become teachers in some way, you need to be on a university level. It needs to be like professor so-and-so, like, hi, I'm professor, is what I saw. So some of you may be meeting a professor. Don't have sexual relations with your professors or your bosses or people who are like high up in the church or high up in your community. There may be a need to really, I feel like your values are really being reevaluated. And it's funny, the Hierophant is Venus, and Venus is in your sign right now in the last decan, which is ruled by Pisces. So it's technically really exalted right now. And I feel like how that exaltation is manifesting for you guys is like your belief system, your values, your standards are really being turned upside down. Some of you, I feel like, were accepting, or in a place of accepting less than what you deserved, or you were really clinging to some outdated dogma, or some of you were feeling some sort of shame because you may have done something that went against your religion or went against your family or went against whatever it was, but you feel like the blindfold comes off that shit's a farce. And two tens in the deck is it's interesting. Where is that? I have little things. 2 tens in a reading can often manifest as ending of a relationship or phase in relationship or a wedding. I'm telling you, there's something about, I said like commitment. This is also a wife card. Some of you may be getting out of a relationship or entering into an alternative. This could be polyamory. This could be opening up your marriage, opening up your relationship, recovering from the way an old relationship used to be, or recovering from like figuring out a new like attachment style in some way. Some of you, I feel like you're going to a wedding and get inspired, or there's someone in your life that like you want to marry, or someone in your life that you really are inspired by. And this could just be you. Some of you are performing weddings. That could be something as well, or just going to weddings. It's summertime, so that shit's gonna start popping off. But there is this need to invest in the unconventional. Don't do it the traditional way. There's something coming up and you have the opportunity to do something that is untraditional, and you should do it. No matter how scared you are, it's just like, it's time to really, like, you can't know unless you try. You can't know it until you just like actually fucking go for it. So take the blindfold off and really look at everything for what it is. Saturn is still retrograde in Aquarius, so there's definitely a slowdown coming at work, slowdown in karma, or work gets so fucking overwhelming, like it's just like, oh my god, did I not invest enough in this? Did I not buy enough supplies? Have I not rested enough? So for some of you, it may be like money slows down, but for some of you, it's like business slows down, but for some of you, business gets overwhelming. And that's really a karmic thing, and it's going to manifest differently for each of you. But whatever it is, however that plays out, it's time to use this period to reflect on what you could have done differently, how you should have invested in yourself in a different way, understanding the resources that are available to you. The 9 of Wands reversed with the 10 of Wands is like step by step. And the first step in everything that you're going to be doing is acknowledging an open mind, establishing an open mind. letting go of the outdated programming, letting go of the past, letting this old version of you die. The second step is this is the first step, really, acknowledging that this is you. And when you acknowledge that you are of value, you are of worth, you are really needing to drink more water, invest in better quality food, being more active, getting outside in nature more. Whenever you do that, you are entering a new realm, a new chapter in your mind, which when you enter that new chapter, it's going to really force you to take a look at your dogma, at your beliefs, the tried and true way, your status quo, really taking a look at how you have been doing things and also how you've been conducting business. I also feel like some of you, there's some evolution coming in how you've judged yourself or what you would judge people by, or caring about if people judge you, caring about what people have to say or what they do. And it's also something about there's a big shift in your home. The energy of your home, the arrangement of your home. I do feel like cleaning is really important for you guys this season. Go ahead and start off with a deep clean, because when things pick up later this season towards Leo season, and it's funny, even the wands, it starts 9 of wands and then 10 of wands, which is the closer we get to Leo season, things are really going to pick up. And you're going to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, that you have a solid team, that you have people that you can delegate to, that you're comfortable saying no, comfortable speaking your truth, comfortable saying what you can and can't do, not overbooking yourself, not overcommitting yourself to things. Once you, and especially when you get when we get closer into Leo season, business pops off, sexuality pops off. There may be somebody with heavy Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements that really plays a role here. I also feel like there's an ending with something in the family, or an ending in a community, or ending in a friend group, an ending with a Taurus, ending with definitely with someone with heavy Taurus or Libra placements. There's just like an ending in some way, but you have the opportunity to let it be an evolution. Fire is really coming up at the end of Cancer season, and it is important that you are hyper aware of the resources that are available to you, how to properly execute your energy and how to properly exert your energy. Where are the most like important places for you to be harnessing your energy into, so that you can avoid burning out. Come Leo season, it's going to be hot as fuck, and you're going to possibly be overwhelmed. So get organized now. Treat yourself, take care of yourself, but also understand that the highest octave of self-love is self-discipline. I love you. Let's get into it. All right, Cancer, let's get into it. I want to start by clarifying the Empress for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season 2021. With the Empress being the first card out, it's like, yo, what are you creating? Because the Empress is the creative state embodied. Some of you, there may be, like I'm saying, there's something with issues coming up with the womb, dealing with the trauma of maybe miscarriages, or a loss of a mother, or terminating a pregnancy early. There is something about healing the womb that I sense here. But this is also not just pregnancy and children. There's also like business. So maybe some of you are cutting off ties from a source of money or a source of income in some way. This could even be like you pay your car off, or you, choose to not split a space or not split storage anymore, and you're like paying for things on your own. That could be something that's coming up too. Please clarify the Empress. But she's also out to say, hey, how are you wielding your sovereignty? And what seeds need to be sown. That's way too many cards. But I did see this. And Venus being in your sign, there may be multiple people vying for your attention. There may be multiple suitors. There also may be some sort of conflict. I will keep that. There may be some kind of conflicting passions, conflicting sexuality in some way. And it's time but this also could just be you're busy. So when's the last time that you've treated yourself? Please clarify the Empress. When's the last time you treated yourself? And it's just like, what's ready to be harvested? Yeah, there's some kind of seed that's ready to be harvested. A reinvention of self. And I feel like that's all of what's going on right here. Please clarify the Ten of Swords. What needs to be done? Done. Maybe something with an earth sign that needs to be done. Yeah, some of you, there's definitely something about loss or grief. Something with a Leo. Maybe pregnancy or a child, a loss of a job or a loss of some sort of recognition, a loss of confidence. You need to be done with not trusting in your confidence or not trusting in the Leo or not establishing a new foundation. There's something coming to light about money and about business. But this does feel like success. Please clarify. Also, there's like light shining on what needs to be ending. I think something big is happening in Leo season. Please clarify the Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. Page of Swords reverse. Yeah, there's something maybe about, but also the Ace of Cups. Whatever is ending, it results in divine replenishment and rejuvenation. But there may be some kind of like healing communication styles, or maybe there's something that you just like haven't talked about or are needing to talk about or needing to like dive into or explore in some way. There is just a need to communicating your sovereignty, and also whatever it is that you're needing to communicate, don't hold back. No holding yourself back in any way this season, but don't be petty. You don't need to have petty arguments. It doesn't need to turn petty, but there is something about maybe ending relationships with petty people or ending relationships with people who are condescending or addressing someone who is being condescending to you. Or it's just like also whenever you use your words and bring something to someone's attention, whenever you bring something to light, you get rewarded. And it's like you get breakthrough. All of this feels like breakthrough. Please clarify the Hierophant reversed. There's just something like liberal and like I will not conform. Breaking tradition. Like deep spiritual wisdom coming up. Really challenging the status quo, challenging your beliefs, challenging your spirituality in some way that needs to be examined. This also definitely has something to do with family. Please clarify the Hierophant. You just may be like restricted by rules or restricted by the status quo or restricted by law. And you definitely could be interested in some sort of unconventional spiritual practice. Anything that is like aggressively non-traditional. So some of you, this could just be like, atheism, but atheism's a fucking religion too. Please clarify the... Okay, I'm going to focus. Take a deep breath. Please clarify the Hierophant reverse for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah, the Nine of Cups is just like, whatever this is, it's time to break free. I'm just gonna however that resonates for you. If you choose to be like, dare you be brave enough to break free, there is deep satisfaction available to you. This is some I made it, I did it my way type shit. And so you need to stop holding yourself back because you've already planted the seeds. Now it's time to like reap the harvest. And you're fearfully spending. Please clarify the 7 of Pentacles. What is going on there? I also feel like there's like something about procrastination or conserving your time, using your time and energy more wisely. Wow. And I also feel like, yeah, there's definitely deeply rooted pain that's coming up in regards to past relationships. This is Venus and Cancer, which Venus is there now. So I do feel like whatever these realizations about what you're not doing anymore and what hurts or pains need to be uprooted out of your heart, I feel like you finally stop investing. Wow. Some of you finally stopped investing in people who keep perpetually breaking your heart. It's just like you've given too many chances. And it's just like you always will try again. You always will, have that open heart, that open mind. But what you aren't going to do is continue to perpetuate the connection when you know it just brings you pain and longing and pain and longing and investing in pain and longing. It's just like this weird cycle or maybe weird love triangle. Especially if they have heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. There may be, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there is this need to really evaluate your relationships with those people. And especially if they're causing you pain. And when you really look at what you need to stop investing in, the blindfold comes off and you see all the ways that your energy has been maybe mismanaged or your affection hasn't been just things you may have seen the ways that you've been taken for granted. And so there is this new cycle that comes up. Please clarify the 10 of Wands. What does Cancer need to be putting their energy into? By Leo season, you need to be like really focused on something. Getting unstuck. Ooh, it's like aligning your mind with your passion, aligning your mind with your spirit. What you need to be sure you're not doing is going into Leo season willfully blind and in the same mental loop or in the same perspective, having the same fears or the same insecurities. You're not doing that. You are leaning into your value, your hygiene, your body, your food, and your diet, which is not just food, it's the music you listen to, the people that you're around. Yes, and when you invest in yourself, 10 of Pentacles, you find that solid ground and solidarity and almost even like soulmate connections. Maybe with somebody with heavy Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements, and you just feel safe to converse with them, safe to tell your secrets, safe to be yourself. This definitely could be like new friends coming in or new connections or even people that identify as masculine with very feminine energy coming in. It just feels balanced here. So dare to be yourself so that you can really welcome this in. And whenever you welcome in, whenever you know what you're worth, the universe has to respond to that. And that response is definitely money, good health, solidarity, security, sound foundations, family, and love and reciprocity. I love you. You got this.